Just imagine, if life kept taking everything away from you every few years, your home, your family, your money, your love, your dignity, what would you do? Would you give up? Or would you stand tall and say to life, I am not broken yet? Today, I'm going to tell you the story of a man whose life was not a book. Life itself was his examination. This is the story of a man who was poor, who failed again and again, who went through deep depression, and yet went on to make history. This is the story of Abraham Lincoln. And believe me, after hearing this story, your own problems will start to feel smaller. Abraham Lincoln was born into a poor farmer's family. His home was not a solid house. It was a small wooden cabin with no comfort, no facilities. Poverty was not a guest in his house. It was a permanent resident. From childhood, Lincoln saw fear, the fear of hunger, the fear of homelessness, and the fear of the future. But here's a question. Does fear stop a person, or does it make them stronger? Remember this question. The answer comes later. While Lincoln was still a teenager, a land dispute forced his family to leave their home. Imagine this. A poor family, very few belongings, and an uncertain future. A few years later, the same story repeated itself. Another land dispute, another migration. Being uprooted again and again can break anyone from the inside. But this was only the beginning. When Lincoln was still young, an illness took his mother away from him. A mother, the shield against every fear, the support in every pain. She was gone. From here, Lincoln's life truly became difficult. This was the point where many people give up. But the story doesn't end here. This is where the real struggle begins. Lincoln loved books. Reading was his dream. But his father wanted him to work in the fields and help run the household. School became a luxury for him. Still, did his dream die? No. At night, with an exhausted body, Lincoln read books by the light of an oil lamp. A small question for you. Have you ever stopped studying just because your phone wasn't charged? Think about it. Lincoln built his own boat and ferried goods across the river, labor in the fields during the day, books at night. He had little money, but a rich determination. Slowly, he got a job at a small store. Lincoln never studied at a big college. He taught himself law. Through books, notes, and belief in himself. After some time, he got a job as a postmaster. Life finally seemed a little stable. But then, life struck again. Lincoln thought, if the system is hurting people, then I must fight from inside the system. He contested an election, and he lost badly. No job, no money, no stability. On top of that, the woman he loved passed away. This was the phase when Lincoln fell into deep depression, so deep that he began keeping himself away from sharp weapons. Fear of himself. At that moment, a friend became a ray of light in his life. He said, "Giving up is not in your nature." Lincoln contested again, and this time, he won. Gradually, he began practicing law. He fought cases for poor people without charging any fees. For nearly 20 years, he worked with honesty. But was life finally easy? No. There were more blows yet to come. Lincoln got married. He had 4 sons, but 3 of them died at a young age. Imagine what that does to a father's heart. Failures everywhere, personal, financial, political. He contested many elections, lost many times, started a business, failed. Yet he kept repeating one thing: as long as I breathe, I will try. After countless failures, Lincoln tried once more, and this time, he became the President of the United States. From a poor wooden cabin to the White House, As president, he made his greatest decision: the abolition of slavery, a decision that changed millions of lives. But the ending was not a happy one. One day, while watching a play at a theater with his wife, he was assassinated. But remember, a man can die. His ideas cannot. Even today, Abraham Lincoln stands as a symbol of never giving up. If you have discipline and integrity, no matter how frightening the circumstances are, you can win. Failure is not bad. Giving up is. If this story touched you even a little, then believe me, there's another video for you that can change the way you think. Tomorrow never comes. Do watch it. The link is in the description. Subscribe. Because remember, those who wait for tomorrow often fall behind in life.